Hi everyone, welcome to MGS Coaching Football. Thank you for watching my channel. I really do appreciate it. In this presentation today, I want to continue with our Bandit concept versus either an up-tempo no huddle or an offense that puts their offensive personnel using their offensive personnel, to put the defense into personnel conflict, meaning they use 11 personnel, but they get into 10 formations, 4 wide. They get into 2 tight end sets. They get into 2 back sets, right? So this is a good um, defensive concept to use to counter that, okay? So today I'm going to show you our Bandit concept versus a 3-by-1 set, okay? And it's going to be out of 10, 11, and 12 personnel, meaning we're not motioning from 2 back to 1 back. The offense comes out. They're in a 3-by-1 set, which is considered either a 10 or 11 or 12 personnel set. Okay. So over here, I'll go through the key terms relative to that. And then over here, I have the 4 formations that we typically come across that are 3-by-1 and how Bandit easily adjusts to it. Okay. So the first key term, Bandit itself, it's our base under with an automatic coverage, which makes it an AFC, which stands for automatic front and cover. Okay, and within our base system, we have AFCs, automatic front and covers. So this is the base. Okay. The second key term, Bandit front rules, are the same. We slide the front opposite the pass strength, lizard rip, or if balls, that's middle of the field, or if balls on the hash, front slides into the boundary, hence B, Bandit. Okay? And what Bandit is, it's our 3 down with a 4th rusher versus pass. So versus what we consider spread 3-by-1s, meaning there's wide receivers on both sides. Texas and Toledo, we get into what we simply call plug. The coverage is pit, but plug, the 4th rush is going to be inside linebacker, away from the lizard rip. Okay? And then versus what we call single width or tight end on one side with the 3 wide receivers on the other side, or at least 3 receivers. Okay? Well, then we go back to our outside linebacker opposite the lizard rip, and that's going to be check steal. Okay? So now let's tie in the coverage rules for Bandit versus 3-by-1. When it's the spread, Texas or Toledo, it's check pit with the plug. So the coverage is going to be pit, with the plug being the inside linebacker opposite the lizard rip being the 4th rusher. Okay? So there's consistency. Kids learn one thing. And check pit is a part of our base 3-by-1 checks as our plugs. Okay, so they're not learning anything new. They're just learning how to apply it as part of our Bandit concept. And then the single widths, Topeka and Tempe, it's our base check steal, which is the first thing our players learn in our base system, right? With our quarters, our deep half coverages, our quarter halves, check steal is the first 3-by-1 we install. Okay, so our kids are very familiar with this. This is what they do the most, which allows them to play fast here so they can play fast with the rest of their bodies, right? So what I have over here now in the diagram, are the 4 formations. But if you want the specifics, the 4th key term is please go to my 3-by-1 coverages on a whiteboard playlist for details. Right, I have all of this in a 3-by-1 coverage on whiteboard playlist. Okay, so non-subscribers, hopefully that teases you into pushing the button. And even for subscribers, maybe you haven't looked at the playlist or it's been a while, please go to that playlist for all the details. Okay? And then as usual, number 5, why Bandit versus 3-by-1 even? Because it's still solid versus the up-tempo no huddle, and it's still solid when the offensive personnel conflict, right? They're trying to put us in conflict. Not going to happen. All right? So over here, I have the 2 spread 3-by-1s, 11 Texas because it's an 11 personnel formation, 10 Toledo because it's 4 wide receivers, 3 on one side. Okay, those are the spreads. It's check pit plug, check pit plug. It's the same. We have it coded. I'm not giving you that code, but we code it so our players know we're in check pit with a plug. Okay. So start off with, this is a Liz and a left. So the front bumps to the right, right? Your 4I, your 1, and your 5. If it's pass, so this Texas, we're in our rotate. It's automatic. Okay, so we teach our players that because we have our base way of adjusting and our rotate way, which I signal. Okay, there's a little freebie as part of the call. But this is an automatic rotate. So when we install Bandit versus 3x1, we say, all right, guys, versus Texas, we have to get into rotate, and here's why. Okay, so that's a part of it. So now we get the one high look, which means, and I'm giving you this much, the single high safety poaches 3 vertical. Okay, and if 3 is not vertical, he helps out with 1X. The free safety takes 2 on a vertical. Field corner takes 1 on a vertical. The rover here takes flat wheel. The Mike linebacker takes either 3 coming in or 2 coming in. The backer, who is the inside linebacker opposite, is the plugger. On pass, he plugs the opposite A gap. And he goes butt side of this guard. That's his read. So this is a read plug. It's not an optional plug. He's plugging, but he goes butt side of the guard. So we have another playlist for that as well. See the plug family playlist. And then over here, okay, the dimes and a ghost, he has either the running back or he's going to take number 1X on a short route, which gives us a high-low combo on the 1X. Okay, so the boundary corner doesn't have to worry about coming down hard on short out routes or hitch routes or sit routes or slant routes. He's got help underneath, which allows him to not worry about getting beat deep by their dude here. Because if 3's vertical, the single safety's got to poach it, take it. But he has the security knowing he's got the help underneath here with the outside linebacker. So now I'm going to go down. The consistency, right? Spread. We have wide receivers on both sides here. So with Toledo, it's now an even Liz call. So you have to go back to my base playlist, right? Base fronts on the whiteboard. Diamondbackers stay left, Rover and Mike stay right, hence the even. But it's a Liz, so they kick the front left. When it's 3 wide receivers in Toledo, okay, the outside linebacker apex is 2 and 3. The safety now is 1x12 Ike on 3. Nothing changes. Okay, it's pit plug, so he still has 2 verticals, still has 1 vertical. The whip safety still poaching 3 on a vertical, helping. Everything's the same. Okay. The plug is still the inside linebacker opposite. So in this one, it's the backer. In this one here, it's the Mike. So obviously both inside linebackers have to learn it. Okay, it's the read plug going butt side of the guard. You still have your high-low combo over here because of the outside linebacker, right? So it's consistency. And what this allows us as well, since it's either outside linebacker becomes the 4th rusher, or now either inside linebacker becomes a 4th rusher. In our 3-4, the offense has to determine which of the 4 linebackers is the 4th rusher when the ball snapped. That's tough. That's us putting the offense in conflict, right? Taking the bull by the horn, so to speak. So it's simple for us to execute, but then on the flip side of it, it puts the onus on the offense to try and set their protections and make them figure things out when the ball's snapped. Okay, and as I always tell our players, hey, if they figure it out, good, God bless. We got to make the adjustments on our end, but it's going to be tough for them to do, I think, right? Because we have the complementary Firebird to this. So now over here, let's go to our single width 3x1, right? The Topeka up here is typically an 11 formation. Down here, Tempe is typically a 12 formation. They're both Liz. Okay, Liz with a right call because the tight end's on the right. even, Liz, because it's balanced, right? Even, right? Even number, even call. It sets our inside and outside linebackers left and right. So now, Liz, kick the front right, correct. So over here now, this outside linebacker checks steal on pass. He becomes the fourth rusher, so they make the stud call for our defensive end to rip up into B gap. When a single width formation, when the running back is offset to the single width side, we make a peel call, which tells the outside linebacker, yes, you're rushing on pass, but if the running back crosses your face, flares, you peel off with it. So we get it covered. So I do that on both formations here, automatic peel call, and that's what it means. Okay? So check steal. Boundary corner has a read half on both. The whip safety, see, they screw their formation heavily to one side, so we rotate with it. The whip is 3-2 vertical. The field corner is 2-1 vertical. The outside linebacker free safety, roll down, flat wheel. The next linebacker inside takes number 1 or 2 in, and the inside linebacker takes 2 or 3 in. Right, so down here, 3-2 vertical, 2-1 vertical, flat wheel, 1-2 in, 3-2 in. Okay, pretty clear cut. The inside linebacker away from the pass strength, right? He takes 1 inside or he spies the quarterback. 1 inside, spies the quarterback. So it's the same. So we're reteaching our players the same base ways we play 3-2-1, check steal and check pit, and we're applying it to 3-by-1, the spread 3-by-1s, Texas and Toledo with our Bandit. Over here, check steal to the single width, 3-by-1s, Topeka and Tempe with our Bandit. We're just combining concepts that they've already learned. Okay? So as I said at the beginning, thank you for watching my channel. I really do appreciate it. And for subscribers and non-subscribers alike, again, please remember, for details on either check steal or check pit, go to the 3-by-1 coverages on the whiteboard playlist for those details, okay? If you want details on the rotate, when and why we rotate, go to the base fronts on the whiteboard playlist, and everything's there for you. Otherwise, questions, please reach out to me at coachmjs@gmail.com because I would love to talk football with you.